Morning, brothers and sisters. Beautiful autumn day, or as some of my American friends would call it, fall. And today I want to speak to you about shifting your response. This is a very difficult question, a very difficult concept, because when we get answered to prayer, you're telling me I shouldn't respond the way I want to? No, it's not what I'm saying. But there's something so beautiful that the Holy Father showed me. The response that we should be giving Jesus always regarding any situation, anything, anywhere, at any time is praise your holy name, glorify you. Let me show you what I mean. If we go to the story of the faith of the centurion, beautiful story, which actually indicates to us how much faith that we can have, that if we just trust Jesus, ultimately he will do for us if we have faith. That is the concept around that to a large degree, and the context is about faith, that story. But Jesus showed me something else. It's chapter 8, verses 5 through 8. When Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. "Lord," he said, "my servant lies at home paralyzed and in terrible suffering." Jesus said to him, "I will go and heal him." There it is, immediate answer to prayer. Don't worry, I'll go heal him. That's fine. Listen to the centurion's response. "Oh, God, yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let me show you the way." No. The centurion replied, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof." We need to understand something. A little bit later in Matthew, it speaks of the fact that Jesus was having dinner with Matthew and the tax collectors, who were all Jews, by the way, and other sinners that the Pharisees considered. And that in itself was abhorrent to them. You shouldn't be associating with sinners. You shouldn't be associating with tax collectors, who are Jews, by the way. How much more abhorrent to enter the house of a Roman centurion. Romans who are pagan, they serve Caesar as God. The very first commandment is, "Thou shalt have no other God but me." Jesus says, "No problem, I'll do that. I'll walk into your house, I'll go heal your servant." The first response of this Roman centurion, who, by the way, is deployed to Israel or Palestine area to keep Roman justice, Roman control, get the taxes, because it is now a Roman outpost. So he is placed there as a Roman. He's living as a Roman in a Jewish nation or a Palestinian area. Yet he, therefore, would have known the customs and the understandings of their religion, and he would have known that he will have defiled them, or anything he does is not acceptable by Jews. So what's his very first response? His very first response to Jesus is, "Your glory, your purity, don't come under my roof. I am not worthy. Do not come under my roof. You are a man of God, and surely you are God's son." Where's evidence of the fact that they believed he was God's son? If you go to Matthew and you look at the crucifixion, Matthew 27 verse 54, when the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and all that had happened, they were terrified and exclaimed, "Surely he was the Son of God." It's clear that when the Romans saw Jesus, they knew that there was something very different about this man. He was holy, he was righteous, rabbi or teacher of the Jews in those days. So when Jesus says, "I'll answer your prayer, I'll give you what you want," his first response isn't thank you, which in itself is beautiful. His first response is, "Only if your purity, your glory, your majesty remains." That's my first concern. My first concern is not even to say thank you that you're about to give me what I want. However, I will remain in faith. I still have faith. I have faith that you will give me what I want, and I'm grateful for that, and I believe that you can do it, even if it's in a way that I am not hoping for or expecting it to occur, because my first concern, Jesus, is that your glory and majesty remains. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, can we do the same thing? Can we make sure that even when we're about to have our prayers answered, that we say, "Lord, only if your glory and majesty remains"? And that is difficult, and that is where faith comes in. Love you, brothers and sisters. Let us remember, though, that even though we may have our prayers answered, our first response must be, "Only if your majesty and glory remains." Lord Jesus. All right. Praise you, Father, for bringing us this word. And my brothers and sisters, I pray that you will take that to heart with critical thinking and know that if we always want His majesty and glory to remain, He will fulfill the desires of our hearts. Love you, brothers and sisters. Till next time. Goodbye.